Have you ever woken up in the morning, sat on the edge of the bed and thought, why am I so tired when I just slept for 8 hours? Or maybe you've noticed how some days your body feels stiff, your mind feels foggy, and everything just takes a little more effort. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Aging changes the way our body responds to rest, food, movement, even our morning routines. But what if I told you that people in their 90s, yes, their 90s, are waking up feeling energetic, sharp, and ready to enjoy life? What's their secret? Is it genes? Maybe, but most often it's not. It's habits. Simple, consistent things they do every single morning. And the best part? You can start doing them too, starting tomorrow morning. Today, we're going to gently pull back the curtain on those small but mighty habits that many people in their 90s swear by. These aren't radical changes or extreme fitness routines. They're easy, natural actions that signal to the body and brain, it's a new day and we're ready to live it fully. So let's begin where every day begins, the moment you wake up. One of the first things many long-lived seniors do is pause before getting out of bed. Now, this might sound odd. What's the benefit of not jumping up right away? Well, it turns out this short pause helps the body transition gently from sleep to wakefulness. It's not just about stretching, though that's part of it. It's about reorienting your balance, giving your blood pressure a moment to stabilize, and preparing your mind for the day ahead. In those first few moments, people in their 90s often lie on their backs, take 3 to 5 slow, deep breaths, and stretch their arms over their heads. They might gently rotate their ankles and wrists, waking up the joints that have rested all night. This small ritual reduces the risk of dizziness or falls, especially important as we age. But more than that, it's a moment of mindfulness, a peaceful hello to a brand new day. After this gentle awakening, the next thing they tend to do is drink a full glass of room temperature water. Now, you might wonder, why water first thing in the morning? Here's why. Overnight, your body naturally becomes dehydrated. Even if you don't feel thirsty, your brain and muscles are craving hydration. That glass of water signals to your system, we're ready to start. It jumpstarts digestion, improves circulation, and even helps with clearer thinking. Interestingly, many people in their 90s don't reach for coffee right away. They start with water and often add a slice of lemon or a pinch of sea salt. The lemon aids digestion and gives a little vitamin C boost. The sea salt? Just a trace. But it helps restore electrolytes and gives your adrenal glands the support they need to keep your energy steady throughout the day. Next comes something that might surprise you. They expose themselves to natural light as soon as possible. This could mean sitting by a window, stepping outside onto a porch, or even just opening the curtains wide. Light plays a critical role in resetting our internal clock. It tells the brain, it's morning, let's boost alertness and lower melatonin. Studies have shown that even 10 minutes of morning light can improve sleep later that night, sharpen your focus, and even lift your mood. No pills, no effort, just light. Now let's pause here and take a moment to think about this. Stretching in bed, hydrating with purpose, and getting natural light, these things don't require a gym membership or a complicated schedule. They're simple, beautiful gestures of care that say to your body, you matter. I want you to feel your best. But there's one more thing many 90-year-olds do before breakfast that sets the tone for their whole day. They sit quietly and focus their thoughts, not on what's missing, but on what's present. Some might call it prayer, others call it gratitude. It doesn't need to be religious or lengthy. It could be as simple as thinking, I'm thankful for this warm bed, this safe home, this morning breeze. One woman, now 94, told her grandson she starts every morning by listing 3 things she's grateful for. Even if one of them is just, I can still wiggle my toes. That moment of reflection doesn't just lift the spirit, it rewires the brain. Science shows that gratitude can reduce inflammation, lower blood pressure, and even improve heart health. These aren't miracles, they're mindful choices. And what's remarkable is that they become easier the more you do them. You don't have to change everything at once. Maybe tomorrow morning you start with the glass of water. The next day, you add the stretch. Bit by bit, these small rituals begin to shape how you experience your mornings, and your mornings shape the rest of your life. After those peaceful few moments of stillness, gratitude, hydration, and sunlight, something else begins to unfold. Movement. Not a high-impact workout or a grueling gym routine. No, people in their 90s understand their bodies in a way that only time and experience can teach. They move not to punish their bodies, but to honor them. Their morning movement is gentle, intentional, and deeply nourishing. Many of them begin their day with slow, flowing movements that stretch the spine, rotate the joints, and engage the muscles in a kind and mindful way. Some call it morning mobility, while others simply think of it as getting the blood flowing. It could be 5 minutes of standing stretches by the bed, or a few seated movements in a chair. Think reaching to the sky, rotating the neck gently from side to side, bending forward to touch the knees, or raising each leg slowly and with care. You'd be amazed how many older adults in their 90s start their mornings with something like Tai Chi, chair yoga, or even a simple walk through the garden. Why? Because movement is more than just physical maintenance. It's mental medicine. When the body moves, the brain lights up. Blood flow increases, the mind becomes sharper, and the body feels more awake and balanced. What's beautiful is that they don't do this with a timer or a checklist. They listen to their bodies. If their knees are stiff, they do a gentler stretch. If their back is sore, they might take it slower. There's no rush, no pressure, just a rhythm they've learned to follow. And it makes all the difference in how the rest of the day unfolds. Now, after movement comes something that might sound very basic, but is actually one of the most overlooked health practices out there: breakfast. But not just any breakfast. People in their 90s tend to eat with intention. They don't skip it, they don't rush it. They nourish their bodies with foods that provide real energy and comfort. You'll often find that their breakfast includes a balance of healthy protein, fiber, and a little healthy food. It could be a bowl of warm oatmeal with berries and a spoonful of nuts. Maybe it's a boiled egg, some avocado toast, or a slice of whole grain bread with natural peanut butter. Some even enjoy fermented foods in the morning, like yogurt or kefir, which help with digestion and gut health. There's a rhythm to how they eat, and it's not hurried. They sit down, they chew slowly. Sometimes they even eat in silence or enjoy their meal by a window while listening to the birds. This quiet, mindful start helps prevent overeating and improves digestion. And interestingly, it sets a calm, emotional tone for the rest of the day. It's worth noting that people who live well into their 90s often say that eating is not just about nutrients. It's about ritual. It's about showing respect to the body by starting the day with something that's both nourishing and enjoyable. They don't eat the same exact thing every day, but they often have a rotation of simple, wholesome meals that keep their energy steady, and just after breakfast, or sometimes while sipping tea, they engage in something that may surprise you. Mental stimulation, whether it's reading a newspaper, doing a crossword puzzle, writing a few lines in a journal, or even calling a friend for a short chat, they make space in their morning for their minds to stretch and grow. This practice, while it may seem small, plays a huge role in longevity. Keeping the brain active and engaged helps preserve memory, delay cognitive decline, and boost overall mood. The mind, just like the body, thrives on gentle challenges. So when someone in their 90s sits down to write a thank you note, solve a Sudoku puzzle, or read a few pages of a book, They're not just passing the time. They're investing in their mental clarity and emotional balance. There's something inspiring about the way they approach the day, not with a checklist, but with a sense of rhythm and intention. They hydrate, move, eat, and stimulate their minds, not because they're chasing youth, but because they're nurturing the life they still have. It's a subtle but powerful shift in mindset, and this mindset shapes how they handle the rest of the day. They don't waste energy worrying about the little aches or the passing years. They don't wake up dreading what's ahead. They wake up curious, they wake up grateful, and they wake up ready because their morning has given them the tools to face the day with grace. It's easy to think that getting older means slowing down, giving up, or losing spark. But the truth is, aging can be a time of deep wisdom, gentle power, and quiet joy if we learn to treat our mornings not as a race, but as a gift. We often look for big answers, new medications, advanced therapies, complex routines. But maybe the secret to longevity isn't found in something new or expensive. Maybe it's found in small, intentional acts repeated every morning, acts that nourish the body. Quiet. There's a quiet beauty in watching someone in their 90s go through their morning. There's no rush, no panic, no to-do list flashing in their mind, just presence, just purpose. And if there's one more habit they often include, one that may not seem like much from the outside but is deeply transformative, it's connection. Yes, connection. Even if it's just a few words exchanged with a neighbor, a quick phone call to a daughter or grandson, or a simple wave to someone walking by the house. Longevity is not just about what's going on inside the body, it's also about the connections we hold with the world around us. Many people in their 90s make an intentional effort every morning to feel part of something bigger than themselves. For some, it's checking in with a friend. For others, it's feeding the birds or tending to a plant on the windowsill. One elderly man described it as saying good morning to the world. This sense of connection reminds the brain and the heart that they still matter, that even in a quiet house or a slower day, there's still life to engage with. There's still someone who might smile when they see you. There's still a way to give and receive love, even in small, silent moments. People who feel connected, whether through family, nature, faith, or community, are more likely to report feeling content, hopeful, and mentally alert. And that's not just a nice idea. It's been backed up by research again and again. Some mornings, this connection might be spiritual, a quiet prayer, a few pages of scripture, lighting a candle in honor of someone they miss. It's not about routine religion, it's about meaning, it's about anchoring the day in something steady and larger than themselves. For others, it's simply pausing to look at the sky and whisper, "Thank you." These habits nourish the soul the same way breakfast nourishes the body. And perhaps the most powerful thread that ties all of these habits together is consistency. That's the real secret. These actions, however simple, are done every single day, not because they have to be, but because they've become part of who they are. Their mornings aren't perfect. There are days when the body aches, or the sky looks gray, or they feel a little lonelier than usual, but they still get up, they still stretch, they still drink their water, they still greet the day. This gentle but firm commitment to themselves is what makes their mornings and their lives so rich. They've built routines that are rooted in care, not obligation. They've designed mornings that don't drain them, but instead restore them. And here's where it gets inspiring. You don't have to wait until your 90s to start doing any of this. Whether you're 60, 70, or even in your early 80s, these habits can begin shaping your days and your health right now. Because longevity doesn't start at 90. It starts with the small decisions we make today. It starts with choosing to care for yourself with just a little more patience, a little more love, a little more time. You don't need to change everything at once. In fact, trying to do that can feel overwhelming. Instead, Start with one thing that resonated with you. Maybe tomorrow you'll pause and breathe before you get out of bed, or you'll drink that glass of water before your coffee. Maybe you'll open the curtains and let the sun warm your face while you quietly list 3 things you're thankful for. Each of these actions, though they may seem small, begins to form a morning rhythm that supports both your body and mind. And over time, that rhythm becomes a lifeline, a powerful, healing habit that gently carries you into each new day with more clarity, more strength, and more joy. Now, because the truth is, growing older doesn't mean growing weaker, not in spirit, not in heart. It can be a time of tremendous vitality if we give ourselves the right tools, the right habits, and most importantly, the right mindset. When you start your day grounded, nourished, and present, everything else flows more easily. Decisions become clearer. Energy becomes steadier. Moods become lighter. It's okay to have days that feel slow. It's okay to not feel perfect. That's part of being human. But don't underestimate the power of one morning done right. One morning where you greet yourself with kindness. One morning where you stretch and smile and remember you're still here, still growing, still living. That's a powerful thing. So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. You are not too old to build a new habit. You are not too late to change your mornings. And you are absolutely capable of creating routines that support a longer, stronger, more fulfilling life. Every sunrise brings another chance, and that chance belongs to you. If something in this video touched you, I invite you to share it with someone who might need a little morning encouragement too. Tell us in the comments, what's one thing you do every morning that helps you feel more alive? Or which of these long,